AITA for breaking up with my girlfriend after realizing she only loved me when I was struggling. When we met, I was depressed and broke, and she was my rock. Now I have a good job, good mental health, and she acts like I'm a stranger. Every time something good happens, she gets distant. Am I wrong for thinking she preferred me broken? I, 29, have been with my girlfriend 30F for 4 years. When we met, I was in the worst place of my life. Depressed. Unemployed. Living with my parents. She supported me through everything. I thought I was lucky to have someone who loved me at my lowest. But now I'm doing well, and she's different. Cold. Distant. Critical. Yesterday I got a promotion, and she barely reacted. When I asked what was wrong, she said, I'm not the same person she fell in love with. I realized she didn't fall in love with me. She fell in love with needing me. My girlfriend said, you're different now, you've changed. And I said, yes, I'm healthier and employed and stable. And she said, exactly, you don't need me anymore. And I said, I never needed you, I wanted you, there's a difference. And she said, I liked it better when you needed me. And that's when I understood she didn't love me, she loved the version of me that was dependent on her. I'm 29 years old, and last week I realized my girlfriend loved me more when I was broken. Not because she's cruel, not because she's malicious, but because my brokenness gave her purpose, made her necessary, made her the strong one. And now that I'm whole, she doesn't know who she is, or who we are. I met Sarah 4 years ago at my absolute lowest point. I was 25, severely depressed, unemployed for 8 months, living with my parents, no prospects, no hope, barely functioning. I'd graduated college with a degree in finance, good grades, internship experience, should have been employable, but I'd had a breakdown my senior year, missed job interviews, failed to launch, moved home defeated, spent 2 years in my childhood bedroom, applying to jobs, getting rejected, sinking deeper into depression. My parents were supportive but worried. My friends drifted away. I was disappearing. Then I met Sarah. We met at a coffee shop. I was there because my therapist said I needed to leave the house, get out, be around people even if I didn't interact. So I'd go to this coffee shop, sit in the corner, pretend to read, actually just existing in public space. Sarah worked there. She noticed me, the regular who sat alone, who barely spoke, who looked sad. One day she brought me a coffee I hadn't ordered. You look like you need this. I don't think I have enough for. It's on me. You look like you're having a rough day. More like a rough year. She smiled. Want to talk about it? Not really. Fair enough. But I'm here if you change your mind. I started going to that coffee shop every day. Sarah would chat with me. Nothing deep. Just small talk. How's your day? Nice weather. Did you see the news? Slowly I started opening up. Told her I was unemployed, struggling with depression, living with my parents at 25, feeling like a failure. She listened, didn't judge, didn't offer platitudes, just listened. After 3 months, she asked for my number. I'd like to take you out, if you're interested. I'm not really in a place to date right now. I'm not asking you to be in a place. I'm asking you to get coffee. Not here. Somewhere else. Just to talk. I don't have money to. I'll pay. Just say yes. I said yes. That first date, she asked about my life, my depression, what I was going through. I told her everything. The breakdown, the unemployment, the shame of living with my parents, the constant rejection, the feeling of being stuck. She didn't flinch, didn't pull away, didn't make it weird. She said depression is an illness, not a character flaw. You're dealing with something real. That takes strength. It doesn't feel like strength, because you're in it. But from where I'm sitting, you're fighting something every day that most people don't have to face. That's brave. I started crying right there in the restaurant. First time I'd cried in months. She didn't try to fix it, just sat with it. Let me feel it. I thought I'd scare her off, but she asked for a second date. Those first 6 months, she was everything I needed. Patient, understanding, supportive, never pressuring me, never making me feel inadequate. When I couldn't afford dates, she'd plan free things. Walks,
Parks.
Cooking at her apartment. When I had bad days, she'd sit with me, not trying to cheer me up, just being present. When I got rejected from jobs, she'd remind me it wasn't personal, that the market was tough, that I'd find something. She made me feel like I wasn't broken, just going through something temporary. I fell in love with her.
Deeply. Completely.
I thought I'd found someone who saw past my struggles, who loved me despite them. I didn't realize she loved me because of them. Year 1, I started getting better. New medication. Better therapy. Slowly climbing out of the depression. Applied to more jobs.
Got a few interviews.
Still no offers, but progress. Sarah was encouraging. Celebrated small wins with me. Told me she was proud. I moved into my own apartment. Small studio. Not much, but mine. She helped me move. Brought housewarming gifts. Said this was a big step. Everything seemed good. Year 2, I got a job. Nothing fancy. Entry-level financial analyst. Lower than I should have been with my degree and experience. But employed. Regular paycheck. Benefits. Structure. Purpose. I was thrilled. First real job in 3 years. I called Sarah immediately. I got it. I got the job. That's great. Her voice was warm, but something felt off. Which job? The analyst position. Remember I interviewed 2 weeks ago? Oh, right. That's good. When do you start? Monday. Can we celebrate? Dinner? My treat? She paused. Actually, I have plans tonight. Tomorrow then? I'm not sure. I'll check my schedule. Is everything okay? Fine. Just busy. We'll celebrate soon. We never did celebrate. The job changed things. I was busy. Working long hours. Learning fast. Making up for lost time. My mental health improved. Structure helped. Purpose helped. Feeling useful helped. I was taking better care of myself. Eating better. Exercising. Sleeping regularly. I felt like I was becoming the person I was supposed to be. Before the depression. Before the breakdown. Sarah seemed distant. When I'd share wins at work, she'd say, "That's nice." When I'd talk about my day, she'd zone out. When I'd suggest dates, she'd often be too tired. I asked if something was wrong. Nothing's wrong. I'm just stressed. About what? Work.
Life.
Stuff. Can I help?
No.
It's fine. But it wasn't fine. Year 3, I got promoted. Junior analyst to analyst. Better title. Better pay. Recognition for my work. I was proud. Felt like I'd finally caught up to where I should have been. Told Sarah over dinner. They promoted me.
Oh.
That's good. Just good?
What do you want me to say?
Maybe congratulations? Maybe I'm proud of you? Something. Congratulations. You don't sound happy for me. I am. It's just. She paused. Never mind.
No. What?
You're just.
Different now.
Different how? You're not the same person I fell in love with. That hit hard. What does that mean? When we met, you were. She searched for words. Vulnerable. Open. You needed support. Now you're just.
Busy.
Successful. You don't need anything. I still need support. Just different support. I need someone to celebrate wins with. To share my life with. That's not the same. What's not the same? You were struggling. We connected over that. Now you're not struggling, and we don't connect the same way. So, you only liked me when I was depressed? That's not what I'm saying. That's exactly what you're saying. She went quiet. We finished dinner in silence. I started noticing patterns. When I had a bad day, she was attentive. Present. Caring. When I had a good day, she was distant. Disinterested. Busy. When I was stressed about work, she'd sit with me. Talk through it. Offer support. When work went well, she'd change the subject. When I was anxious, she was affectionate. When I was confident, she was cold. I tested it. Without meaning to at first. Then, deliberately. Told her I was having a rough week. Stressed about a project. Worried I'd mess up. She was immediately engaged. Asked questions. Offered advice. Wanted to help. We had the best conversation we'd had in months. Then I told her the project went great. My boss praised my work. She said that's good and picked up her phone. The pattern was clear. She loved me when I was struggling, was distant when I was thriving. Year 4, things deteriorated. I got another promotion. Senior analyst. Management track. Real career progress. Her response was barely audible.
Cool.
I started making good money. Paid off debt. Built savings. Could afford nice things. She made comments. You've gotten materialistic. You care too much about money now. I wasn't materialistic. I was just not broke anymore. I'd suggest nice restaurants. She'd say she preferred the cheap places we used to go to. I'd buy her gifts. She'd say I didn't need to spend money on her. I'd try to take her on trips. She'd say she was too busy. Everything I did to show love through my new ability to provide was rejected. Then came therapy. My therapist had helped me so much. I suggested Sarah see someone too. She'd been stressed,
Distant.
seemed unhappy. I'm not the one with mental health issues. It's not about issues. It's about having support.
Someone to talk to.
You think I need therapy? I think everyone benefits from therapy. I'm fine. You don't seem fine. You seem unhappy. We seem unhappy. Maybe that's because you've changed. I've gotten healthier. Is that bad? You're not who I fell in love with. Who did you fall in love with? She went quiet, and I realized. She fell in love with the broken version of me. The one who needed her. The one who was vulnerable and open and dependent. She fell in love with being needed. Last week I got the promotion that broke us. Director level. Significant pay increase. Leadership role. Everything I'd worked toward. I told her at dinner. Excited. Proud. Wanting to share this with her. They offered me director. She looked up from her phone.
What? Director.
The role I interviewed for. I got it.
Oh.
Silence. Then, that's a lot of responsibility.
It is.
I'm ready for it. Are you? What does that mean? You've only been in this field for 3 years. Director seems fast. It's competitive progression. I've earned it. If you say so. You don't think I earned it? I didn't say that. You implied it. You're being sensitive. I'm being excited about a major career achievement, and you're acting like it's nothing. It's not nothing. It's just. She paused. I miss when you were less focused on career. When you had time for us.
When you needed me.
There it was.
When you needed me. I don't need you, Sarah. I want you.
There's a difference. Is there?
Yes.
Need is dependency. Want is choice. I choose you. But you don't need me anymore. And I liked it when you did.
Why?
Because. She struggled with words. Because I knew I mattered. I knew I was important. I knew you couldn't do it without me. I couldn't do it without you. Your support helped me get here. But now you're here, and I'm. She trailed off. What? Not necessary anymore. That's not true. You're just necessary in different ways. I don't want to be necessary in different ways. I want.
She stopped.
You want me to need you. To be dependent. To be the strong one who saves me. That's not. That's exactly it. You fell in love with me being broken. And now that I'm whole, you don't know how to love me. That's not fair. What's not fair is you resenting my recovery, my success, my growth. What's not fair is you being more affectionate when I'm struggling than when I'm thriving. I'm not. You are. I've tested it. Bad day you're engaged. Good day you're distant. I'm stressed you're present. I'm confident you're cold. You love me more when I'm down. She started crying. I don't know how to be with you like this.
Like what?
Healthy? Successful? Happy? Like someone who doesn't need me. We broke up 3 days later. I initiated it. Said I couldn't be with someone who needed me to struggle to feel valued. She said I was being unfair. That she'd supported me through the worst time of my life.
You did.
And I'm grateful. But you supported me because it made you feel needed. Not because you wanted me to get better. If you wanted me to get better, you'd be happy I'm better. But you're not. You're resentful. I'm not resentful. You barely celebrated my first job. You dismissed my promotions. You criticized my success. You told me you preferred me when I was vulnerable and dependent. That's not support. That's control disguised as care. That's not what it was. Then what was it? She couldn't answer.
My therapist said something that clarified everything.
Some people are attracted to partners who need rescuing. Not because they're bad people, but because being needed gives them identity, purpose, value. When the partner recovers and no longer needs rescuing, the rescuer loses their purpose. They don't know who they are in the relationship anymore. That's Sarah. Yes. She built her identity around being your support system. Your rock. The one who helped you when no one else could. When you no longer needed that kind of support, she lost her role. And instead of finding a new role, she resented your growth. That's not love.
No.
It's not. Love celebrates growth. Supports independence. Wants the other person to thrive. What she had was need for being needed. That's not the same thing. It's been 2 months since the breakup. Sarah texted a few times, asking if we could talk, saying she misses me, saying she's sorry. I responded once, asked if she'd thought about what I said, about her needing me to be struggling to feel valued.
She said I was wrong about that.
That she genuinely cared about me. Then why did you pull away every time something good happened? She didn't answer.
I'm doing well now. Better than well.
The director role is challenging but rewarding. I'm good at it. My mental health is stable. I'm on maintenance meds. See my therapist monthly instead of weekly. I have friends again. Social life. Hobbies. Balance. I'm the person I was supposed to be before depression derailed me. And I'm single, which is okay. Because I'd rather be single than with someone who loved me more when I was broken. A friend asked if I regret the relationship.
No.
She was there when I needed someone. That matters. But I needed someone to help me heal, not someone who needed me to stay sick. She couldn't tell the difference. Do you think she knows that? I think she's starting to. I think that's why she keeps texting. But knowing and changing are different things. Would you take her back if she changed? I don't think she can change. Her identity is built on being needed. That's who she is. I'd have to stay small for her to feel big. That's not a relationship. That's a dynamic I can't live in anymore. So, AITA for breaking up with my girlfriend after realizing she only loved me when I was struggling? According to her, yes. She supported me through my worst time. Stood by me when no one else did. I'm ungrateful. I'm rewriting history. I'm abandoning her because I don't need her anymore. According to mutual friends, some say yes.
She was there for me.
I should appreciate that. Every relationship has ups and downs. I'm giving up too easily. According to people who think gratitude equals obligation, yes. But according to me?
No.
She was there for me when I was struggling. That's true. And I'm grateful for that support. But she wasn't happy when I stopped struggling. She was distant, resentful, critical. She didn't celebrate my wins. She barely acknowledged them. She preferred me when I was vulnerable and dependent. She liked being needed more than she liked me being healthy. That's not love. That's codependency. Real love celebrates growth, supports success, wants the other person to thrive even if it changes the relationship dynamic. She wanted me to need her. And when I stopped needing her and started wanting her, she didn't know what to do with that. Because wanting requires showing up as equals. Needing means one person is up and one is down. She was comfortable with down me. She didn't know how to relate to equal me. I can't stay down to make someone else feel up. That's not a relationship. That's a sacrifice of self. She supported me through recovery. But she didn't want me to actually recover. She wanted me to need her forever. And when I realized that I had to leave, because I deserve someone who loves me when I'm thriving, not just when I'm struggling. Someone who wants me strong, not someone who needs me weak. Some people are attracted to broken things because fixing them feels like purpose. They become the savior, the strong one, the necessary one. But when the broken thing heals, they don't know what to do with wholeness. They miss the brokenness because brokenness made them essential. Real love celebrates healing. Fake love resents it. Real love wants you to grow. Fake love wants you to stay small. Real love says I'm proud of you. Fake love says you've changed. She loved the me that needed saving. She didn't know how to love the me that saved myself. That's not my failure. That's hers. And I refuse to stay broken to keep someone else comfortable.